2006 Honda Ridgeline with another issue with AC. Earlier, years ago, I already replaced AC compressor, but now AC blows warm air. It seems like sometimes it blows kinda cold air on some vents. Just to make sure, I checked Freon level, Freon is still good, and I confirmed that clutch does engage. If you see in previous videos, I already had issue with at least one of the blend door actuators. From what I remember, I tried to clean it, but then eventually I replaced it. So in this video, I'm gonna remove other ones. I used computer and it showed that one of the blend door actuators is faulty. I did it about a year ago. I rescanned it just a couple weeks ago and showed that everything alright, but since I still have the issue, I tend to think the issue is with that blend door actuator, and that's gonna be on passenger side. So I'll start by removing glove box, maybe some other pieces here to get to blend door actuator. There might be two here. My plan is to get a good view on it and use AC control, see if those actuators do work or not. So first step gonna be removing the glove box. There are two tabs, one on each side. On this side I was able to push from here. On the other side I might have to use a flathead screwdriver, you'll see. Same thing, I was able to push those two inside and was able to take them out. And actually before you do that, take this out. You can also inspect cabin air filter. And it is really bad actually, even though it's been only a year or so since I replaced it. So I'll replace that too. Couldn't get my camera there, but there are two 8mm bolts approximately there behind. One there and one here. I was able to fit the standard ratchet there. So now glove box should come off completely. You probably don't have to do it, but I feel like there's more clearance, especially for shooting video. From here you can see three blend door actuators. See one there, one slightly under it, and this one here. Not sure what this one's for, but I thought there were two on this side, but it's actually three. It's really tough to troubleshoot it because every single one of them working, I can't figure out how good they work. So right now this one's working, this one's completely down. When playing with that, sometimes it would work, sometimes not. So there's definitely issue with the mold as well. And even though it's at 58, it's definitely not that cold. So maybe one of the blend door actuators just doesn't go low enough. So here is a driver's temperature blend door actuator. And as you can see, it's not moving all the way. It's on hottest settings now. When I move it to the coldest, for whatever reason, it's not going all the way. So I'm definitely going to be replacing this side, and I'll check while I'm replacing it, I'll check if there are any issues in there that are not actuator related. On this side, the top one is a blend door actuator for mode, and during my testing, once in a while I had air coming out of this one, but not out of this one, which led me to believe that that actuator is also not functioning properly. I got that one on Amazon for a cheap price, but there were several reviews that were negative due to issues it was having and unit breaking down pretty quickly. Now that actuator over there, it's still original one, Denso. That one is for temperature on passenger side. I'm not sure if that's specifically for when dual AC is on, or if it's always one side passenger, another actuator for driver side. This one, also I had a code show up on my scanner, but it happened only once. 2 months later the code did not show up again, but it made me think that this one might be faulty as well. So there is a good chance that I have all three of them faulty. I already ordered replacement, original ones for the mode, the top one, and for temperature on the driver side. And this one at the bottom, I'm gonna try to clean it, and hopefully that's gonna be fine. Gonna start with the one that's easiest to reach. Size is 7. Now I'm gonna remove this bolt at the bottom. And looks like I just got one more to remove one more bolt. That one removed. It's kind of tough to get to the connector. It's a lot easier to get to it at the bottom. It's disconnected. Now I'm gonna take it out through here. Overall pretty easy. Now I'm gonna take it apart and inspect it. Should be noted that while I'll be taking this thing apart, I'll probably damage some of those clips. There we go, broke one. Two. Guess not too bad. When you're restoring it or repairing it, make sure this goes in exact same position. Last time I did, I put it in the opposite way and messed everything up. Unfortunately, my attempts to repair this one did not go well, for a simple reason. I was taking this off and I dropped this plastic piece from here somewhere on the ground, spent an hour trying to find it and did not. So now I ordered a cheap aftermarket for $17 on Amazon. Gonna install that, see if it'll work. If not, I'm gonna use some parts from here to the cheap aftermarket one, which hopefully will fit. My understanding, the main issue with cheap aftermarket ones is the actual motor. This motor seem to be working, but we'll see. Also, I already got two of original Honda ones. One of them, this one I believe is for driver side temperature one, and this one is for the mode one. Just got this blend door actuator for the passenger temperature side, and it does look almost identical. It's gonna be tough to shoot installation of this one, but you should be able to see couple of the holes where the bolts go. There's another one and one at the bottom, and you can't move this lever, but you can move that other plastic piece. Right here it is. So I'm gonna move this while installing the blender actuator to make sure that lever goes into this opening. Gonna start by hand tightening the bolt on the top and one of the bolts on the bottom. I confirm that lever is still where it's supposed to be. Kinda see through here, it's still there. You can also hand tighten that bottom screw. Secured one bolt. I'm gonna secure the bottom. Now the top one. Top one a little bit tougher to do with ratchet, so I'm just using small Phillips screwdriver. And again, those do not need to be very tight. And finally, I'm gonna connect connector to this blender actuator. Okay, it's connected. Now I'm gonna start the truck and see if passenger side AC is working properly. I know for sure this side is colder than that side. That side is a little bit warm. This one is cold. So looks like it worked. Now I'm gonna replace mode actuator. Mode actuator seemed to be a lot easier to get to. I believe it's also gonna be 3 total bolts, and this time I'm gonna use Phillips screwdriver to remove them. It's almost out. And one more. All 3 bolts are out. And I'm gonna disconnect connector. Here is replacement from aftermarket to Denza. Might be kind of tough to get it there. Okay, now it's all looks good. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna start the truck and make sure it's working. Things just went really bad. The stop actuator, one of the levers is working fine, another one is not. I put just a little bit of tension and I broke the lever, not from actuator, it would be nice to be from actuator, but actually from there. So I'm gonna do some research, what this part is, how big it is, how to install it. More than likely I'll have to disassemble the whole dash. That's not gonna be in this video, it's gonna be later on. So subscribe if you're curious to see what happened and how to repair it. Gonna replace the old air filter with a new one. But I'm still gonna work on replacing the driver's side, and tough part here is this plastic piece. It is in the way, so I'll have to remove all the screws that go into that plastic piece. From my memory, there is another one somewhere on top. I think I feel it right there. And I think I dropped the bolt into there, not a big deal. But now I have clear access. By the way, don't forget, you see that plastic pipe on top? It goes into there. Gonna unplug this now, and this should come off freely. Okay, and one more. Now plug it in and let's test it. Finally, gonna put this back on. It's gonna go like this. Some users don't put anything on this one, just two at the bottom. Last time I did it, I put bolt on top as well, but in reality, you don't have to. It's not gonna affect much anyway, and then if you ever have to take it apart again, it'll be a lot easier with just those two. I'm not gonna do that on the video just because I'm gonna troubleshoot that broken lever, figure out if I need to remove dash or what else to do. In my case, it didn't really fix any problems. I got vents working now, but AC is still not cold. So I'm gonna troubleshoot it further and I'll have more videos in my channel about that. Probably compressor, expansion valve, one of those two or two of them, but that's gonna be addressed in other videos in the future. I'll provide Amazon affiliate links for original and aftermarket blend door actuators that I used. If you have any questions, let me know, I'll try to reply as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, see you next time.